And please, a very big applause for our very final speaker, Nguyen Khang from Greenwich, Vietnam.
Yeah, thank you all of the speaker, especially Bang. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Khang, and today it's my pleasure to be right here and share my story with everyone in this hall. And I hope that my story will inspire you in some way. Today, I have a few questions for everyone. Imagine there is a young man who is ambitious, diligent, and carrying heavy expectations of his family, but secretly falling in love with rap music. And his parents do not ban him from rap, but they see it as a noise. Which path do you think he should choose? Holding a pen and become the good son with great bachelor's and degrees, or holding microphone and risking being a disappointment? I think it's a tough question, isn't it? Well, let's move to the next question. Have you ever felt forced to become someone else just to please the people that you love? Yes, I have. My lifelong goal is to make my parents proud and be the pillar for my younger brother. I gave myself tons of pressure to pursue this dream. From everything I've been through, to me, life is an endless bit. Today, standing on this stage, I had to say that my life has finally found its own rhythm. But to reach this point, my track used to be completely destroyed. I still remember the day when the beat was heavy, distorted, and chaotic. For years, I let the good son silence the rapper inside me, and I just only focused on academic things. My nightmare began when I was at secondary school, especially when I failed the city history team, losing trust of my parents and my history teacher. Then I pushed myself to become the student in history and geography specialized class at Lê Thánh Tông High School for the Gifted, which is an opportunity for me to regain the trust of my parents and my history teacher as well. I gotta say that I did it. Then I set an even bigger goal, studying abroad. My parents invested so much money in my IELTS courses, and I had taken the IELTS test twice, hoping it would open the door to study abroad. When I received the second result, I still remember the message from my dad. He said, "Congratulations, your IELTS score has slightly improved." For more of you in this hall, when you read this, you may smile, right? But for me at that time, to be honest, I felt like the biggest failure alive. Why? Because both times I didn't meet my IELTS target. And I still remember there was a night I stared at the ceiling at 2 a.m., replaying the test score inside my head. At that time, I didn't feel angry. I feel small, deeply ashamed about myself. Simultaneously, there were two conflicting voices inside my head, fighting each other. The good son whispered, "Stability matters. Don't disappoint them." but the rapper inside me screamed. So the breathing don't disappear. Perhaps you are still asking yourself why. Why would a simple value or a simple compliment from my dad break me like that? I'd say because my childhood was a pride puppet. I was considered as the golden child by my teachers and my friends. I also took part in many academic competitions, and I also won the school chess champions twice. See, I didn't just win competition. I grew up addicted to applause. Whenever my parents smiled, it fed my ego. And to me, at this time, my life was like an easy and safe melody. And you know that falling from that safe melody into a dark trap was terrifying. Really horrible to me at that time. But I refused to let my track end in silence. I stepped out of that dark trap, walked into my new plans. I found opportunities to explore who am I. Then I came across an announcement about a scholarship interview at Greenwich University Danang campus. And I chose to grant myself a chance to be there, not as a terrified student, but with the fearless mindset of a rapper in the cipher. Luckily, I won 50% of that scholarship, and the beat of my life officially switched. Believe it or not, I didn't abandon school for music, and I didn't drop the mic for school. I harmonized them. Last May, I fulfilled my secret 5-year plan I had set when I was in middle school. It is about releasing my first EP called Nam Nam Lần Một, with all the rap songs in that EP written by myself. And here's the things. I wrote and finished the EP at night. In the morning, I still took part in many academic competitions, and luckily I've received many remarkable results, as you can see over here. So I proved to you that I can hold a pen in one hand, and I can also hold a microphone in the other. Yeah, thank you for that sound effect. And for the first time in many years, my parents, they smiled at my music. And today, on this red dot, I am both a scholar and a rapper. Looking around this hall, I know many of you are fighting your own distorted past, trapped between who you are and who you are expected to be. You might wonder, how did I go from staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m., being obsessed with values, to standing here on TEDx stage? The answer is, I gave myself a chance. I gave myself a chance to accept a hard truth that I am not the chosen one. I am not destined to just win effortlessly, and I have to fight for it. So over years, I came up with my own phonics principle. First one, fade the ashes. Acknowledge the value without blaming others. Stop blaming. When you stop making excuses, you stop being a victim. And from that moment, you become the owner of your own recovery. Next, protect the spark. Let the passion have a voice. So when you fail, life gonna whisper, give up, be realistic. And that is the moment when your spark is most vulnerable. protecting it means you giving your passion a seat at the table. Just like me, I freestyle rap every day. And I realized that music isn't a distraction. It is my fuel for my study. Lastly, it is rise with discipline. So turn the raw emotion into structured and deliberate action. We both know that motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you growing. And rising isn't a leap. It is showing up every single day. Agree? Yes. As well like writing the lyrics at 1 a.m. after a long day university, right? So, to me, phonics doesn't rise because it's magic. It rises because it has the process. These 3 steps, honesty, passion, and discipline, turn my dark trap into the greatest flow. So when your life is hard, don't ask life to change the beats. Just switch your flow. Surprisingly, the beat of life will change again. But at that time, you have the power to write your own rhythm. Of course, I will let my flow speak for itself. As a Vietnamese rapper Hiếu thứ hai once said, ai cũng phải bắt đầu từ đâu đó. It means everyone has to start somewhere. No matter who you are, no matter where you are right now, if you have a dream, start building it today. Because why? Because values is an impartial judge. It doesn't care about your background. It doesn't care whether you are rich or poor, you are talented or untalented. It just only asks you one question. Do you have the courage to survive a test? So you feel me? All I want to say is just go for it. Go for your own success. Big shout out for my big brother, Young MT, for making this beat.
Let's hit up!
Hey, the child fell into the darkness. He needed to survive, but then he turned into ashes. There's still life in the cell, have been cracked. Fighting with destiny and looking back, cause we are the chosen one. The chosen one, so gotta fight before we're losing man. We're losing man from those we rise, so judge your life. Don't just be fight, just switch your flow. Oh, you alright, look at the calendar, then look in the mirror. Can you see the future, bro? Now you're the dealer, no fear, bro. Better come on top of the ladder, not stop like a real bro. Go to my own style of silver. One day you're gonna be like Pretty Llama, from the block to the star of teachers. Yes, and just like Kobe Bryant in 2009, to me, job isn't finished. I have to fight for my biggest dream. So, if you need company, I'm right here to go and rise with you. Thank you for listening to my speech.